are just out of hope. They feel like they don't have any more answers. They feel like everything they've been doing hasn't been working for them. And what's so crazy to me is it's super basic. And then most of you guys in here are either using the Life product, you understand the Life product, you've had some results from it, you have testimonials from it, you're out there doing the pudding demo, which is amazing. So I'm talking to a crowd that gets it. But what I want you to do is, I want this room so massive we can't even fit into the Luxor. It's true. Because, and Sean said it the other day when he was talking about CBD. He was saying, who are we not to educate? That is something that I say all the time. When I get up in the morning, I'm like, who am I not to tell the lady that's in line with me at the grocery store that's complaining about something that I may have something that will help her? And I tell people all the time, I'm sorry, ma'am, or I'm sorry, sir, but I was just eavesdropping on your conversation. And I think I might have an answer for that. And that's what people are praying about. They're literally asking for answers, and you guys have an answer. And I want you to know why you have an answer and why I'm so passionate about enzymes. I am definitely the enzyme girl. I've studied a ton of things. I've studied herbs, I've studied this, I've studied that. All kinds of different modalities too. Chinese, Ayurvedic, just everything. I'm a study girl. And I always go back to enzymes. Enzymes are interesting. I used to coin them as like the God particle because it's very interesting. They have an energy, a life force to them, and they're found in your raw foods. Okay? And what are we all doing less of? We are not eating enough raw food. So I tell people, hey, you want to save a lot of money? Eat more raw food. And then you don't need to take as many enzymes. And you're like, well, that's not a very good sales pitch. I'm not trying to sell anyone. I'm trying to educate. I want you to eat more raw food. You don't need to be taking a bottle of Life in a week. If you are, you're eating too much pizza, burritos, and burgers. But that is the answer. If you're eating all that stuff, you want to be taking a handful of the Life. Because what it's going to do is it's going to unlock the nutrients that are in that food to give you more nutrients so you can function. There are a gazillion metabolic pathways that have to be fed. They literally do not work without micronutrients. So when you're eating a protein, a carb, and a fat, your macronutrients, your larger molecules, which you have to do every day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, you have to break that down. So literally every time you eat cooked and processed food, you should be taking Life. And really, it used to be from like age 20 on. Now it's almost everybody, because we're born with such a deficiency. Our pancreas can't keep up with the amount of cooked and processed food. I mean, right out of the gate, babies used to get live food. Live food would be breast milk, but they're getting formula. Formula is heated and processed. So right out of the gate, they're getting a dead food. So when you eat something that has been heated, cooked, and processed, I want you to even think of orange juice. A fresh squeezed orange juice has all of its life force in it. All of its enzymes are active. You're going to get all of the phytonutrients. Your body doesn't have to work to pull them out at all. As soon as you heat that orange juice, which is what you buy in the store, it's all been heated and cooked and killed, your body has to work harder to get the nutrients from that. When you take a plant-based enzyme, which is what Life is, I want you guys to know it's plant-based. Someone messaged me the other day about pancreatic enzymes. I want you to know that that means they're from animals. So if someone says, is this a pancreatic enzyme? No, it is not. It is a plant enzyme. Pancreatic enzymes are sucked out of a cow, pig, or sheep in the slaughterhouse. And I always go back to nature. When you wake up in the morning, do you crave to go down to the slaughterhouse and have some wonderful enzymes out of a cow, pig, or sheep's pancreas? No. You would crave a banana, an apple, pineapple, papaya. That's where you want your enzymes. and it doesn't take away from your own enzymes. I can keep going and going and going. I'm doing like a full seminar. Like
Keep going.
No.
Come on. Keep going. One of the things we need to remember is, absolutely, is we don't, the big mystery, you guys, is we don't know now. See, our kind of our little enzyme bank account. The mystery is we don't know what we start life with. Okay? And so even if we all lined up in one big row and one big line, and we were all born on the same day, the same time, but we had different parents, and different grandparents, and different great-grandparents, we would all start life with a different amount of these digestive enzymes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so from generation to generation in the U.S., it's gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. And so that's the mystery. We don't know what we don't know, and so we have this little bank account, and we start living our first day of life, and we keep going, and the more heated, cooked, and processed food, we're constantly putting pressure on our body, and we're hoping that our little bank account, our pancreas, is going to be able to keep up. So what we're seeing now is, when I had that issue with my hands, right, in my mid-30s, now we see 6 and 7 and 8-year-olds. That shouldn't be, right? And we have infants being born with diabetes. And so the whole premise to all of this is everything starts in the gut. We've been saying this for a long, long time, and we were kind of like plant medicine. We were looked at weird. Dr. Oz said it was real. It must be real. Right?
I just tell everyone I taught him that.
Yeah, wonderful. Probably did. But it does start in the gut. When you eat, you guys, digestion takes precedence pretty much over everything going on in the human body. So when you eat fresh and living food, there's no issue. When you eat food that's dead, now you're calling on your body to break that food down. And if you don't break that food down, well, two things. You need to get all the nutrient value out of that food by breaking it into the smallest usable, absorbable molecule. In my case, my issue was protein. I didn't have enough protein-splitting enzymes to break down all my protein that I would eat into an amino acid. So it stayed as uric acid. That's all. This isn't complicated. And it works the same for everything we eat. My issue just happened to be protein. So you want to break your food down to the smallest molecule to get every nutrient possible. And then the other thing is, you want your body to pass that along when it doesn't want. Like in my mom's case. Right? Youngest of 8 kids, her hiding out in the bathroom, thinking she was hiding from the kids. She was constipated. She wasn't processing out the food she consumed that she couldn't break down, so it rotted and putrefied in her body. I wish I knew then what I know now. So she passed at a very young age of colon cancer. Of course she did. Right? Because if that stuff's not coming out of you, it's going somewhere. And that's what this is all about. Breaking down your food first and foremost, right? And then having your clean blood, your river of blood.
Yeah, it's just so important. And when you're talking to people and your friends, it is all about sharing. It's showing them, hey, have you ever seen this really cool thing called pudding demo? They're like, no, what the heck is that? And you want to just always have pudding with you. Because other than that, I mean, it would take a lot longer to do oatmeal or other things that it will break down. But it's easy to have the pudding packs with you on hand all the time. And to have a bottle of life on you all the time. One, you should be taking it. You have to be a product of the product. Or how can you explain it to people? We never leave the house without our enzymes. We won't even eat a cooked meal without enzymes. It's almost like, you leave the house without them, you're eating raw. So some of you would think that's a punishment, so you won't forget your And I just teach people to eat a little more raw food throughout the day. I say start with, if you do 50%, that is way more than the average American. The average American doesn't even eat one piece of fruit in a day. They're eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner all cooked. The average breakfast is usually a bagel with cream cheese, or cereal, or Pop-Tart, or toast, scrambled eggs, bacon, pasteurized orange juice. That's people's normal breakfast. And then lunch is a sub, or a sandwich, or a heated soup. And it just goes on and on and on. And then for dinner, you come home and you have a big cooked meal. So, it's a steak and potatoes and, steamed veggies that are really, really steamed, so they're completely dead and there's not much left.
Jeremy's in kind of sacrifice.
Jeremy doesn't count. We're not really talking about you. Actually, we're all here. This is an intervention. That's it. We all got together to get you to stop doing what you're doing. Now, if you know Sean and I, which a good amount of you know us, and you've eaten with us and you've hung out with us, we are not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. We've tried perfect. Perfect is really boring. Yes. I know the paparazzi's always there when I'm trying to eat my ice cream. Come on. That buffet, woo, that was 10 enzymes right there. The beauty of it is it does allow you to be a little naughty sometimes and have something that you know you shouldn't be eating. You shouldn't be eating that foot-long burrito. That is going to sit in your gut and you know it. It is going to make your stomach extend, you're going to feel uncomfortable, and you will feel gassy. So you better have your enzymes on you. And we do. We live in America. There's food on every corner, and we want to indulge. But we also want to be responsible to our temple. We want to take care of what we've got. And so most of the time, before we ever went to the buffet last night, we ate raw all day. And you think that's difficult, but it's not. Actually, luckily here, we had something really convenient. So you go to the yogurt place that's there, where you think everything would be unhealthy, and they do fresh juices. So we started our morning with a fresh juice. Then later in the day, we had more fresh food. They made us an acai bowl. And then at night, we did the buffet. So that's more than most Americans do, and it takes tons of pressure off the body. But when you can't do that, and your days are a little harder, and you're moving around fast, I actually worked with a couple, I've been working with doctors for years, so I don't ever want you to think I don't love doctors. I love doctors. They're able to do a lot of stuff that I can't do, but I also love educating doctors and working with doctors. But I've worked with a lot of doctors that have been sick. So I've worked with some ER nurses and some doctors, and they move around fast. I've worked with some pilots, and their days are crazy. And I've worked with shift workers, and they're lucky if they eat anything. I've worked with ER nurses that they grab the cookies that are at the hospital, and that's their meal for the day. But then they wonder why they're gaining so much weight. They're like, I hardly eat anything all day, but I do eat a couple cookies. I'm like, well, you're nutrient deficient. The body's starving for nutrients. So when you take a plant-based enzyme with your food, you're getting more nutrients from that food, but you're only getting what that food has to offer. I'll give you an example. So if you eat a donut is very not nutrient dense, let's say that. It is an empty calorie food, meaning you're getting calories, but you're not getting any nutrients. So let's take a sweet potato, one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, which, by the way, is delicious raw. If you've never had it raw, eat it raw. It's good. Now, most people eat it cooked. So you take a sweet potato that has tons of nutrients in it and you cook it. There will be way less nutrients because you just cooked it. The heating process denatures our food, not only killing enzymes in it almost completely, unless it's lightly steamed. You're going to have no enzymes in it, and you're going to have less vitamins than that it started with when it was raw. Because the vitamins can't handle heat either, which we'll talk about when we get to vitamins. But so now when you take that enzyme with that sweet potato, you're going to get everything the sweet potato has to offer without putting pressure on the body. I want you to understand where the healing comes in. Like when Sean was saying, he had uric acid in his hands from not digesting his proteins all the way. So your proteins have to go to an amino acid for the body to recognize it. His state is uric acid, which your medical community will say excess uric acid in the body is arthritis. Okay? So I want you guys to understand that. And so I want you to understand where disease happens. Disease happens when all of the food you're eating, your macronutrients, your proteins, your carbs, your fats, don't process all the way down to that tiny molecule. When that happens, it seeps through the intestinal lining, getting into the bloodstream as a larger molecule that shouldn't be there. It should be completely digested all the way down, seep through the intestinal lining as a nutrient to give it to the blood. So what happens is we're walking around nutrient deficient because now no nutrients got through. A larger molecule got through that shouldn't be there, like uric acid. And I want you guys to realize something. If you know anyone with gout or anything, they'll tell you, ooh, when I get up in the morning, it feels like I'm walking on broken glass. Well, guess what? That's what it looks like in your bloodstream as well. That's why it feels like that. When you look at the blood under a microscope, the uric acid looks like broken glass. It's these large molecules that flow through the extracellular fluid of the blood. So not the actual red blood cell, the extracellular fluid, blocking the red blood cells. You want to talk about the river of life? That's the perfect time to do it.
River of life?
Yeah.
All right. So if your blood cells are traveling through your body, your red blood cells are trying to go through your body, throughout the body, and deliver nutrients to the brain. Well, if your blood is dirty, it can't get there. So first of all, if you don't eat food that's nutrient heavy, dense, and you don't break that down, what's the point? Because your blood cells, your red blood cells, are going to get to the brain and they're going to deliver nothing. They're going to show up with an empty package, right? And so that's one issue. The next issue is when your blood's thick and sticky, right? That happens. What do? They put people on a... Okay, that's cool. So at least their blood's moving now. So now instead of thick, dirty blood, they have thin, dirty blood. Okay, I'll give you that. It's better than thick, dirty blood. But how about with these plant enzymes? Did you know that when you eat, it breaks your food down? When you take it with your food, right? Best time's right when you're about to eat, you take those enzymes. But when you take it away from food and you allow it to work systemically, they clean your blood. Like the old Pac-Man game. They clean your blood. So if your blood's clean, it flows. Right? Do you guys get it? Yeah. That's all this is. This is so simple. Don't complicate this. It's your river of life. Clean blood. And it's just like a regular river. When the river gets dirty, there's logs and there's things, jamming up and damming up, and water pools over here to the side. That's where all the chaos starts to happen, right? The mosquitoes and all the stuff starts, weird stuff. Like, what is that? It's the same thing in your blood. You need your blood to flow. So take your life with your food, break it all down. Awesome. Take your life away from food in between meals if you want to clean your blood. Does that make sense? Yes. So you're preventing issues from happening by taking it with your food. And you're cleaning up old issues that have already happened by taking it away from food. And there's so many things we could go into from having clean blood flow. I mean, blood flow is everything. It really is. As a guy, I might want some blood flow.
Hey, women need blood flow also.
Good point.
It's best if the blood is flowing at the same time, then you're in the same mood. I guess we'll cover that later when we talk about That's our vibe talk. We're jumping to the end of the story.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Different seminar. Okay. This is how powerful this is. I want to jump from blood flows for a second. We've worked with a lot of athletes. People talk to us about that in NFL, NBA athletes, and NHL teams, and NBA teams, and all this stuff. NCAA. Here's what I learned many, many years ago. And I'll give you one story. We worked with a defensive lineman from the University of Michigan. And this was a young guy. He was 6'5", and they were trying to put so much weight on this guy to play defensive end. And he just hit a wall. I was like, I can't get bigger. And they had him eating an insane amount of calories per day. I don't remember the number, but it was like, what? How could the human body even take that much in? So what we did with him is we said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to lower your calorie intake. Eat the foods they're making you eat. We won't step on their toes. But we're going to tell you to eat way less. So we cut his calories down by about a third. And he took the digestive enzymes with every single meal, and he was eating a ton. And in his first week, he put on 4.5 pounds of lean muscle. Right? Why is that? It's because he got more out of what he was eating. He wasn't even breaking down all that stuff. His body wasn't able to use it. So that's what this is about. Is when you eat raw, like Tylene's talking about, you get all those nutrients. But come on, man, we're not doing that all the time. We're going to eat our stuff. I can tell Jeremy to go raw. He's going to punch me in the face. That's not going to happen. But I will say, hey, man, I want you to eat a little more raw food. But when you're eating your cooked food, like I do also, take your life, man. I care about him. I love him. I want him healthy. That's what this is all about. That's what this movement is all about. That's what we've been teaching for the last 20 years. That's what this is. This is not selling. This is sharing. And one bottle of life is 90 pudding demonstrations. So ask yourself, how many pudding demos are you doing? How did Steve Nash, two-time MVP of the NBA, come to us and partner with us many years ago? When this guy has every flipping company soliciting him, it's because someone showed a pudding demo to someone, another NBA guy, who was having trouble digesting steak. And then that rippling effect and that word, boom, here he is. From a pudding demo. You guys understand the power of pudding?
But it's about not being afraid to say something. We were out with this other athlete to dinner, and I'm watching him eat his steak as I'm sitting there eating a salad. And he was just mounting on this steak. Yeah. Like, he loved that steak. And I'm like, how does that work out for you later? I go, does that sit? It's funny you should ask that. And then he tells me all these issues and says, yes, but I love it. And I'm like, okay, so how many of us do a lot of things we love that we know we shouldn't? Okay, and so I said, well, here, you need to try this. You need to try this. And so he did, and he was so amazed by it. When we got a phone call from Steve Nash's guy saying he wanted to talk to us, I think we hung up, like we thought it was a prank phone call. And then we got another call going, hey, Steve Nash really wants to be with you guys. And so it's about not being afraid. Now, if I was worried, like, oh, I'm out with an athlete. I didn't even know who he was. I didn't know who any athletes are. So I didn't care. So I'm just like, hey, you need to be taking these. So you want to be bold, you want to be confident, you know what you have. Let me tell you, the enzymes always work. Right. So do not Facebook me and tell me they're not working for someone. Okay, you want me to tell you why? They work every single time. Every single time you take a capsule and put it in the pudding, does it break it down?
Yes.
Does it break it down?
Yes.
So is it breaking that burger, that pizza, that whatever that person is eating, is it breaking it down for them?
Yes.
It's because their body is toxic and they can't feel it. They don't know. They're going to detox. So sometimes they may feel really crappy before they feel better. And you need to know that. You have something powerful that works every single time. You see it in our lives. Every time. We make sure the manufacturing on that is so good that it works every single time. So you never, ever have to doubt. It's perfect. It's always been perfect. It's what we've been using for years. And we made it better for you guys. Adding prebiotics in it. Adding a digestive repair component that you guys don't even look at. There's something in there called DGL that you guys don't even know what that is. But that helps people heal their guts. It's why ours works different than anyone else's. I'm down in 18 seconds.